Okay, so I'm in an account, and this is our demo account. And I want to make sure that you guys know how to really leverage our campaign tool. The campaign tool is always found up here in the top right corner under this word called campaigns. So that's how you get to it. Really easy to get to. And we've got, if you click on campaigns, this is, if you've never used it before, this is how it's gonna look. It's time for you to build a couple campaigns. If you've got a blank area in your campaign, then there's a problem, because you should be leveraging this thing, whether it's for birthdays or anniversaries, new customers, prospects. Those are just 4 really quick categories that you could be using it for and make your life really simple. And just to make sure you guys can see my screen, is that correct? Just give me, all I need is one person to say yes, and I'll know that you can see my screen, and I'll just keep moving. Thank you, Diane. Fantastic. Okay, so first step though, let's do this. Let's make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to adding a list, because if you're working with a business, let's just say, let me just tell you, there's some examples of people that I know that use this on a regular basis. We see, let me give you an example. An auto shop wants to send a thank you card to every new customer that comes to their auto shop for the first time. And by the way, that's really important for auto shops. You can make an auto shop extremely successful if they take on this one little tip. That we have customers, by the way, who do this. So this is not like a cool idea. I wonder if anyone will do it. This is happening. Okay. So an auto shop could send out a couple brownies to every new customer. And what they're finding is that when they do this, their Google reviews go through the roof, because they have made a deposit into that new customer that no other auto shop has even thought of. They just don't think like that, although some do, obviously. And so what they would do is they would take all their new customers for the week and put them into like an Excel spreadsheet like this. They would have their first name, last name, address, city, state, zip. And if they know their birthdays, this is all, this after the zip code, this is all extras if you want to add that to your spreadsheet. But anyway, I'm just going to show you how quickly this is, because this could happen. The person running the front desk, you guys, now think any business could capture all the new customers for the week, put them in an Excel list, upload it, and then add them to a campaign that's already set up called the welcome campaign or the thank you campaign, or whatever. So I'm going to show you this, because once this is in place, this is a ongoing perpetual thing that doesn't need to be managed anymore. It's already set up. It's going to be about just adding those new customers for the week or the month or the day. Doesn't matter. And then from then on, Pixingo just takes care of the rest. Okay, so let's say that this is our spreadsheet. This is the a mock-up CSV file. I'm going to take that and close it out just for now. I'm going to go to my address book. I'm going to go import. I'm going to take that CSV file, which is right over here. I'm just going to walk it over and let go. And then there it is. It's ready to map, if you will. I'm going to map it. So just bear with me. I'm going to say first, last, address 1, address 2. Again, this is a CSV file, city, state, zip code. And then if I happen to know the birthday, I'll drop in the birthday. I don't know how many auto shops will know their customer's birthday, frankly, but if you're an insurance company, you for sure know it. If you're a law firm, you probably know it, and things like that. I'll drop in anniversary, because maybe there's an annual, we can just call this customer. I want to make sure I touch them every year. So I'll put an anniversary for sure. And then if they happen to know their spouse's name, again, that's just icing on the cake, these last 3 columns. But you see, I've mapped it all the way through. You also notice that the first column has a header, like all these different column titles. So I'm going to ignore the first row because I don't want to upload that. Okay, now I've got 16 people. Everything looks great. I hit upload, and watch how fast this goes in. It's done. So that's how fast it works. Now I want to go into my groups, and I want to give that group a name, and I'm just going to say customers. I'll say new customers. And we'll call them from last week. That'll be April 30th. Okay, put a little check mark. Now we know those are the customers from last week. And let's just say that my company wants to welcome all those new customers. Well, watch how fast this experience is. I'm going to go up here and take a look at my saved projects. These are cards that I've pre-built, and there's one that's called welcome. Well, I'm going to use that one then because I've spent some time putting in some really nice text on the inside. If I click on it, you can kind of see it's already got some text. Great. This is just, again, just for demo purposes, you guys. But you're going to see what I'm putting out there, how you can really make some businesses stand out and just be the amazing company in their local area, right? Or nationally. All right, so that card's already built, ready to go. It's got a first name area right here. So I'll hit exit. Then I'm going to go up to a campaign, campaigns, and I'm going to create a new campaign. I'm calling this new campaign, you guessed it, new customers. Save. All right, now I've got a new customer campaign titled right here. I'm going to go get a card. If I click on this, it's going to take me over to my saved projects. Here's that welcome card right there. Let's add it to the campaign. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to click on it anywhere in here. You could click down here, but really anywhere in here, I can give it some specific direction. So I could say, I want this card to go out immediately, which is the default, which would make sense for a new customer. You want this card to go out right away, right? And in the case of this auto, like an auto shop who does this, they do an add-on, right? And they throw a couple brownies in there. So they put a check mark on it right there, and they say, back to the event. Now this welcome card has 2 brownies, and it's going out immediately. I checked that box immediately. And let's see, I don't need to worry about the birthday right now, but it's going to go out immediately, and I want it to be a matte finish and so on and so forth. Okay, now let me hit close. Now comes the magic. I have set up this campaign, and I'm going to hit take it off pause. So it's live, ready to go. All I need to do is add someone to it or add a group. And you saw me create a group earlier, right? And what was that group called, you guys? It was called new customers. So if I type in new, it will automatically find that group. I just hit add all. Done. And I do this every week. Once a week, I upload a CSV file. This card's already ready to go. It's got a couple brownies. It doesn't have to. But do you see how powerful that is for every business that you know? Where every week they could set up a welcome card campaign, and it's done. And let's just say they bring on a new customer like over the weekend. They want to hurry and add that one person. All they have to do is make sure that person's added to that address book right up here, and then add that person right here. You know, like I don't have Tom in there, but let's see if there's a Tom. There's not. But if there was a Tom in the list, okay, there's a Bob. I could add Bob, you know, or whatever. I don't have to always do a CSV file, but that's just the fastest way. And when you run a business, you can do it. Can you do a CSV file on a Mac? I'm actually doing this on a Mac right now. That's a great question, Diane. I'm using a Mac right now in front of you guys, and that's how you do it. It's that simple. Whether it's a Mac or a PC, you're golden. That's how easy it is. So I'm going to turn this campaign off because I really don't want those cards to go out because those are all made up. All those names were fake. So anyway, I'll take that out. And okay, now look at this. You can see that I have, here's all of the cards that are scheduled, the people. And of course, I paused the campaign. So it's saying these cards are paused. And just as a little tip for you guys, maybe you go, you know what? This customer, I made a mistake. Steve is not a new customer. And so let me take him out of the campaign. I just hit X. Yes. And now he's off the campaign. So you have a safety net. If you catch it in time before it goes out, you could come down here and hit the X and then take him out of the campaign. No problem. Simple to do. Okay. So that is how easy that is. But I just gave you that one example of welcoming new customers, and just think of how many businesses could really just love the fact that for 89 cents plus the stamp, which is 55 cents, this thing can happen automatically once they set up that one card in the campaign. Let's see if there's any questions here. Can you take someone off a campaign after it's sent the first card? Yes. Yeah. So that's a great question. What if this card campaign had 3 cards or whatever, and card 1's already gone out, but you want to stop 2 and 3? You do the same thing, guys. You go down here and hit the X and take them out. And then from then on, they will not be on any more cards. Okay. So you could stop it for that one person going forward. That's basically what it does. So that's excellent. Charlie, I'm glad you can see that. That's a good comment. It's that easy. It is so easy how to do this. Okay, now let's, that's our new customer campaign. Let's talk about birthdays. This is really common for like insurance companies and real estate companies and whatever company, whatever kind of business you have, or in your personal life. Let's just say, let's do this. Let's do a dental card. Let's just say this is for a dentist office. Let's go do a campaign for a dentist office. Okay. Now I've already shown you how to upload a list, so we're not going to go over that part, but let's go over setting up a campaign. Oh, and here's how I get rid of that campaign. I come up here, delete. Now that campaign's gone. And if again, that would kill everything on the campaign. It would stop all the people in it and so forth. But let's just say you ran a campaign to cycle and you were done, you want to get rid of it. That's how you do it. Okay, let's create a new campaign. Let's call this one the birthday campaign. And we're going to play this out as if we're all in the dentist industry. Okay, so let me go ahead, or let's see. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just call this the birthday campaign. And I'll say birthday customers. Okay, save. All right, now let's go over to our saved projects. Let me look here. This is a real estate birthday card. Maybe I'll use that one. You come down a little farther. There's another one. All right, let's do this. We're going to say that we're a real estate agency, and we do a really good job at finding out our customer's birthday. I could see that, you know, when they fill out their loan or whatever, maybe you capture their birthday and you want to make sure that you get that. So let's build a birthday card campaign for our customers, right? So you already kind of know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to my campaigns, and we have a new campaign called birthdays. Let's go grab a card. Let's grab this one and add it to the campaign. All right, and let's not focus on what's inside, because again, what's inside is entirely up to you and the business. So that's easy to do. But what we want to do is make sure that this card goes out on their birthday. Right now, Pixingo doesn't know that this is a birthday card, so we've got to tell it, right? So we click anywhere in here, and we go right here where it says sequence, and we say, this is a birthday card, Pixingo. Oh, okay. Now Pixingo knows if you have entered their birthday in the address book and you add someone to this campaign, Pixingo knows that this card needs to go out 7 days before their birthday, so we make sure it gets there on time, accounting for weekends and holidays and things like that. So, okay, I've made this, and I don't want to add any gifts. This is just a simple birthday card. It's something that I set up a while ago, you know, whatever. And I'm going to hit close. All right, now the magic happens when you have already entered contacts in your address book with their birthday. Now, let me just see something right here on this CSV file that we added earlier. Yeah, I put in a couple birthdays in here. So this Michael Freeze, I've got his birthday in there, right? So if I were to go in here, he's in my address book already. We've already added him because we uploaded a CSV file. I could just go type in Michael Freeze, add him to the campaign, and he's good to go. His card will automatically go out 7 days before his birthday, because in my address book, I can't remember if I mapped that, by the way, but let's just assume I did. And now this card is ready to go. Whoever else I add to this birthday campaign, as long as their birthday is in the address book. Let me just see if I put him in there. Let me just see here. Yeah, his birthday's right there, December 1st. Perfect. So Pixingo will sweep it up because I added him to the campaign, and it will give him a card. A card will go out 7 days ahead of his birthday. I could have 5 people in there. I could have 500 people throughout the year. Every month, maybe there's 10 or 20 or whatever. Automatically, these birthday cards will go out on time without even thinking about it once you've set it up. Okay, so here's the question. So if their birthday is in the address book, will it go out automatically, or do we have to add it to their campaign? You have to add them to the campaign, Charlie. Great question. You got to make sure that in this campaign that we set up called birthday, whoever I add to this campaign right in the spot, that I have made sure that their birthday is entered into the address book. And if that has happened, it will go out automatically. Automatically. So again, this is thinking about your businesses and how you can make them become remarkable and amazing in the eyes of their customers and prospects. So can we add them to a campaign from the address book? Right now, you cannot. That's a good question, though. That's a good suggestion, but not from the address book. But I can make a note. Oh, I'm recording this, so I'll make sure that we add that as a possibility that while you're adding someone manually, I think that's where you're going. Could I just go ahead and knock them into or add them into a campaign? And that's a good idea. And you're right. Unless you want to have every single card unique to that person, that is something you can choose to do. But I'll just tell you, for a business, they won't be doing that. A business who has quite an enterprise, this idea right here is phenomenal to them, because every card can still be using the mail merge tool, right? If I go into my address or my saved projects, right, and I open this card and I open it and go into the studio, when I add the text inside right here, this again is where you can be remarkable, because you could say happy birthday, and you want to spell out birthday correctly. That would be embarrassing. Happy birthday and happy first name. Happy birthday, whoever, right? And then you go on to say great things, positive things, and then of course, sincerely, whatever, and the company's name that you're branding, so they know that XYZ insurance company wants to wish them, or a real estate company or mortgage company wants to wish them a happy birthday, and that they're thinking of them and that they value them. So that's right, Diana. I got to get you on these. Maybe you could just run controls while I'm talking and shooting off my mouth. So anyway, but what's great is this is custom. Happy birthday, and then it'll drop in their first name, which is magic and amazing for businesses to be able to pick up and utilize that. So yeah, that's how you can. So can you start a full campaign off of a happy birthday card? Yes, you could just have a happy birthday card campaign. That's all it is, one card, and no problem. You could also add happy birthday to a campaign. So it could be, every time I have a new prospect, let's go up into that experience to see what that feels like. But if I go into my campaigns and I create a new campaign, yes, I could have, this could be the first card. This could be the second card. This could be the third card. And then let's add a birthday card, right? So I've got 4 cards. And I go, you know what? This is great to happen immediately. Thank you. And then I want this to go 7 days later. I can always adjust that. I can say it could be 10 days later, right? I can change that timeline. And I'll hit close. But on this one, I need to tell Pixingo, this card, that's the birthday card. So I need to tell Pixingo that. So I say, that's a birthday card. Oh, and Pixingo goes, okay, perfect. Let's put that over here, because if I were to send this card campaign out, this would be first, second, third, but whenever their birthday comes, it just drops in somewhere in that campaign where it might be at the end, it might be the second card, you know, it doesn't really matter, but you can have a campaign that includes a birthday card. It can also include an anniversary card, you know. Let me see some questions that are coming in. Can I modify the text of the card in a campaign by individual? I think I understood that. Can I modify the text of card in a campaign by individual? You might need to make that more clear to me, Tom, because I'm not sure if I have already addressed that with the mail merge tool inside the card of the campaign. Okay, so can you start a full campaign off with a happy birthday card? Yes, you can. However, you know, you don't know when their birthday is. So, but if you want it just to be only a birthday card, you can set that up. Thank you, Mary, for that comment. Mary uses the campaign tool and she is loving it. Let's see. Okay, Tom, good. I'm glad I answered that. I can imagine you have a vision for the possibilities with what you developed so far. I'll just tell you, I have made so many businesses' lives so easy when I have a chance to just kind of walk them through this process, which is what we're doing right now. And their eyes start to light up because some of them are hand mailing cards, and it's just amazing. And you can just kind of tell the difference of these successful businesses that are already doing cards, but now when I show this to them, they're like, oh, wow, you just made our life so much easier. And so, yeah, they're probably, you know, thanking the Lord for this great product. That was some of a clue right there. Okay, now let's do one more version. And I'm just going to say this. Most salespeople are great at first impressions, but follow-up can be a real challenge, following up and following through. And so I'm going to show you something, you guys, that I do. I live this, and I just can't tell you how amazing it is for me bringing on customers. And so just let the wheels turn for you guys if you know anyone that's in any kind of a sales role, okay? So let's go. I'm going to kill this campaign, delete it. And we've got another campaign here. Let's take this one out just to make things really simple for you guys. All right, so let's do this. Let's create a campaign that helps that salesperson, that sales rep, that representative stay in front of their prospect for 2 or 3 months. A lot of sales cycles, people know it's 90 to 180 days for you know, people that make a living off of sales. We realize there's some people who can do sales really quickly. It's a small ticket item, not a big decision to make. But let's let your mind kind of take off on this, because you're going to solve a huge problem for someone, which I've been able to do for many people because I use the campaign tool and I show them how to do it. All right, so we're going to create a new campaign, and we're going to call this the prospect campaign. All right, so we got a campaign. It's called prospect. Again, we have already, that's part of the process, is created a few cards to kind of trail behind the first discussion, right? And so maybe the first card is thanking them for the appointment. All right, I like that. Let's take that one on, and let's go ahead and go back to the campaigns and add some cards to it. All right, here's the prospect campaign. Let's add some cards. So the first one is the thank you card. This is just an idea, telling them about how you appreciate the first appointment, or thank you for letting me tell you about, okay, let's just say I'm in real estate and I want to thank them for letting me introduce myself. Maybe this card is about timing of the market. Maybe this one is how valuable it is because I can get you the most money for your house. And then maybe I talk about the awards that we've gotten and some of this, what people are saying about it. And you can just kind of go through and you just kind of build a little story. But the thing about this story is telling your customer in pieces why you are the best for the job or why your product is the best. So maybe it's, let's do this together and I'm going to be there for you. And you just kind of tell the who, what, why, and how of your message. And what this does, it keeps you in front of your prospect when other people are not. And so we know that an average email or a text, once it's been viewed, is gone in 2 seconds, gone, forgotten. But a card hangs around on average for 17 days. So we're talking 2 seconds versus 24,000, or is it 22,000? It's something like that. I think it's 24,000 seconds. I'm looking for my notes here on that. I did the math. But anyway, there's no comparison. So, or maybe it's just, hi, I'm just checking on you. You know, so you've got a handful of cards that maybe you want to run their comps on their house. So you just kind of sprinkle this message, and it's probably around 75 words ish. It's really simple, something simple. And then you've got a campaign. So watch this. So I've selected a handful of cards. I've done 7. Okay. And I've got these cards, and I've got the first one here, and I like this one. It talks about timing. That makes sense. But you know what? I think what I want to do is talk about our awards a little sooner. So I'm going to drag that one over, put that right there. Okay. And maybe I haven't heard from by the 3rd or 4th card, so I'm going to drop that in there. This makes sense. This is a good campaign. This one goes out immediately. And then these say 7 days apart. But if I say, you know, I'd like them to go out 2 weeks apart, all you do is you click on it, come down here, and then change it to 14. Simple. Close. All right, so I've got this card. I got 7 really good cards, I think is what it is. Let me move this over. I've got this one over here. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. Maybe I say they go out about 2 weeks apart. If I do 2 weeks apart, that's like 2 months plus. That is phenomenal. What? Now look at that. Look over here. Look right here. What's this going to cost me? Less than $10. And I'm in front of them. I'm top of the mind for a couple months plus. That is how powerful this is. Each message is nicely packaged. It says the most important things. In marketing, you know, it has the most important triggers. I know, Charlie, you know a lot about marketing. I've got just a handful of triggers that I want to stay focused. Each one has one main message. And I make my point so clear. And they just start getting these cards from me. And literally, you guys, I put people on. I'm not in the real estate business, but of course, I drip on people with Pixingo. I have card campaigns that go 7 to 10 cards. And I literally have forgotten about people. And then all of a sudden I'll get a text or an email or whatever. And they say, I just got my Pixingo account set up, and I'll look at their campaign. I'll go look at their campaign. They're on card 8 or they're on card 4. And I've forgotten because sometimes literally months will have gone by and I have just forgotten. But you know who doesn't forget? The customer doesn't forget. The prospect doesn't forget because I somehow magically won't let them. And Pixingo doesn't forget. Isn't that something? So you'll be on the phone. You'll pick up the phone. This is a real landline phone. I don't know if you guys recognize this. It's got a cord. This is a phone, if you didn't know that. Anyway, you'll pick up the phone and you'll call them and you start talking to them. And they'll go, hey, yeah, you know what? Actually, I got your card the other day. Isn't that? And then the conversation is already starting. It's already started. Or maybe you leave them a voicemail and you won't even bring up the card. But here's what happened. They get a message from you on the voicemail. And then the card comes maybe the day before, the day after. And those are called touch points. And psychologically, all that is doing for everybody involved is building trust. And that is the #1 thing in sales is trust. If they trust you and like you, you're more than 90% there. It's just a matter of do the numbers fit? And then that's your job, or hopefully the value that you've added to your product, which can be a card, by the way, is doing the work for you. And now you're ready to make an agreement. And this is what I'm talking about. So we have seen deals from, you know, $10 literally to $1 million have closed because of Pixingo, a campaign tool. And you're seeing right before your eyes a 7-card campaign right here. Here's the proof. It's $8.98. So I guess the end thing I wanted to point out to you guys is this. You know anybody in sales they need this, because I hate to use this term, but they suck at following up. They usually do. And so now you have a way to solve that problem for them. You just did something so magical for them. And you put that in front of a sales rep and say, you know what, for less than 10 bucks, I'm going to keep you in front of your audience for the next couple months or so. I should do the math on this. I think it is 2 months ish, maybe a little longer. And it's going to cost you less than 10 bucks. They're going to bring it to me. I want to do this. Okay. We talked about welcoming new customers, thanking people for their order, recognizing them on their birthday or their 1-year anniversary or their 6-month anniversary, whatever that is. You set that up and you're golden. So this is how we do it at Pixingo with our campaign tool. Any other last minute? Yeah, that is golden. Excellent. Any other final questions, you guys? I'm going to look here to see if I missed anything. Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little reminder and you realize what gold you have in your pocket. Here we go. Totally off the subject, but I'm still finding that I need more cards to be able to add photos to. I create unique cards. That's you do, Diane. You do a great job. You should probably post some of your cards on social media so people can see that, because you do a phenomenal job. So I've been going to Christmas or graduation, and so I can add photos, especially for a dog sympathy card. That is a good point. A dog sympathy card and dropping in a photo of that pet. That's a good idea. Their best friend. I just found out that Canva has this. Oh, guys, Canva. If you don't know about Canva, check it out. Canva.com. It's a great source to build custom cards in their design studio. They have a really killer design studio. Then you can just upload it right into your account. Canva. That's a good comment, by the way. And download to my computer how I want it. And yeah, Canva is hot. That's a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing that, Diane. Good tip. All right, you guys. Yes, that's a good question. Will I receive, let's say I run out of funds in the middle of a campaign because I forgot wasn't paying it. Yeah, you get an email notification that says, hey, your campaign is temporarily paused until you load in some more funds or points, whatever. And then once you add it, it goes right back to business. Okay. So is there a reason we can all Zoom together and we can see each other? We're on a webinar, and I wonder if that's why we don't all see each other, because that's good. That's a good idea. I'll have to look into seeing how we can all see each other. If this is, let me see something here. Yeah, I don't know how to do that right now. That's a good idea though. Okay, guys. And then let's see. I'm glad this has been helpful. We just had our convention right now. This was our Pixingo convention tonight, and I had a great time. I mean, some of you guys got a little, tipsy at the convention tonight, but that's okay. I don't judge. I'm not like that. Okay, let's see. Very helpful. Good. All right, you guys, this is recorded. We'll put it up, and you'll see it in your media library probably tomorrow. And it's just great being around you guys. And if there's any other questions, you can shoot us an email at support@pixingo.com. And love to you guys. And thank you so much for spending some time with me. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.